Hey guys, we're Sal and Al.
The Wool Slayers.
Welcome to episode 5. Yay! We are two friends in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex of Texas who love to talk about knitting. If you're new, welcome. We're so excited to have you.
And if you've been with us for a while, thanks for staying. Thanks for subscribing.
Thanks for sticking by us all this time. Yeah, 5. Oh my gosh, it feels like more.
And we are still having so much fun.
It is really fun. Like every night before we're going to record the next day, I'm just like, I can't wait to talk to Ellen.
I know. Because we do try not to talk a whole lot in between.
It's rough. And you were at knitting group on Friday with me, and it was like, can you sit somewhere else? I don't, because I have a lot to talk about.
I know.
And we can't talk about it right now.
Yep.
But I'm always glad when you come to knitting.
Thanks. I know.
Knit group
there
comes
every
first.
week.
Yeah. I know. But so anyway, what do you want to talk about?
Well, we should say that we have 3 of the 4 kids here.
Yeah.
And no dads to corral them. So they're right up those stairs.
You're going to hear some bumping.
Yeah, and maybe a few squeals. Hopefully they'll be quiet. We've requested it. We'll see.
Children cannot be quiet. Mine don't know how. But they're going to try. They're sweet, so.
They are. And they're having fun.
Yeah.
So it's great.
I wanted to mention that we have separated out our Instagrams so that you don't have to follow our personal ones and see all of our kid junk and amazingness. Can you hear me?
Right.
All of our beautiful children. Yeah. If you're really just here for the knitting, which we totally understand, you're going to want to follow Wool Slayers Podcast, and that's where we both post on that Instagram account now. So that'll be all knitting, all podcast related. Yeah. So I'm not even going to bother telling you my Instagram, my other Instagram anymore. But you can find me on Ravelry as Sally Wren.
And I'm on Ravelry as Alan Loves Yarn. Allyn.
I love that. And yes, and you can find us both on Instagram under Wool Slayers Podcast. And I know it's like the lamest Instagram name, but my options were limited, people.
And it's pretty accurate.
Well, and I was trying to avoid underscores.
Oh, yeah. You have to change keyboards when you're searching for it.
And then you have to say underscore, and I was like, I don't want to. So we're Wool Slayers Podcast. But, and it shows our logo. So if you see our little needles with the Wool Slayers, that's us. So come find us on there. And what else? Oh, I also wanted to tell you our email address in case you needed it, which is woolslayerspodcast@gmail.com. Just in case you want to get in touch with us and don't have Instagram. And we're always on Ravelry and everything. But just, some people aren't. I know, it's shocking.
But I come across people all the time that, because I knit in public all the time.
Yeah, and they're like, what?
Yeah, and they'll be like, oh, I knit too. And, I just started knitting, and I'm like, do you know about Ravelry? And they're like, no, I don't. Well, let me tell you, it's amazing.
I know.
So there are still people that don't know.
Yeah, there are. So in case you're no social media at all, woolslayerspodcast@gmail.com.
Yeah. So what's next?
Okay, so I wanted to give a huge shout out. Okay. So the grocery girls, as you know, are a huge inspiration for us. And
we watch them.
We watch them.
I've watched them from the beginning.
I love them. I am basically Jody. Like, she's my spirit animal, but I love Tracy. Like, I love them both so much. Right. I actually feel like I'm a lot like both of them. I just get them, like they get me. They don't know me, but they get me. And so, I feel like I know them. But anyway, so I've been watching them for over a year. They've been going for over a year. And, I've basically been desperate for them to just notice me. And, which, that sounds weird, but you know what I mean. Like, I'm always commenting on their YouTube videos and Instagram posts. And I did comment last week on their latest video, and they said they would watch our show. And then this morning, Tracy totally followed us on Instagram and subscribed. Tracy, if you're watching, I can't even. I cannot even.
Sally texted me with like 1,000 emojis.
And yeah. So, OMG, I can't. But I'm super excited. Thank you so much. That means so much, you guys. So, we are almost at 250 subscribers. Mm-hmm. And so when we hit 250, we're going to have a giveaway. And this is what we're going to give you. And so you need to be a member of our Ravelry group. So if you are one of those why can't I talk? If you are one of those Ravelry holdouts, you're going to miss out, or this is finally going to push you to join. Mm-hmm. You're going to want to find our group on Ravelry, Sal and Al the Wool Slayers, and there's going to be a thread in there, and it's going to be, tell us how you found us. How'd you find our show?
Oh, great idea.
How'd you find our podcast? Yeah. And so, because I just love that.
I know, and I'm so curious how everybody found us.
Yeah, and I have all these random ways that I found podcasts, and I just think it's so interesting.
Yeah.
So then we will draw from that thread. You have to be a member to win, and you have to be in the thread telling us how you found us. And I'm just waiting for our little smart knit group girls to be like, well, you're at knit group. That's totally acceptable. That is acceptable.
Yep.
For those of you who know us in real life.
Or it might say Sally and Alan forced me to watch it.
Yeah, you didn't shut up about it until I finally watched it. Yeah.
Right.
So this is going to be the prize.
So cool. Oh, it's so pretty.
It's a hat kit. So this is gorgeous.
Gorgeous.
Yarn Carnival.
I was there for a second.
I know.
It's getting me. I need to hide.
Your gorgeous face. Beautiful. And a wonderful, I think this is raccoon. Look at this.
Oh, it has the gray on the inside.
It's so pretty.
Yep.
I'm sorry.
That is beautiful. And it'll be so nice with that dark gray. And Yarn Carnival is a local Texas yarn dyer.
Yes, this is fingering weight, 490 yards. So it's kind of a light fingering, I guess, because it's still 100 grams. And it's called The Road Ahead. And it's this gorgeous,
there it goes,
charcoal slate, dark gray. Amazing.
Yes.
I love it. And I love brown and almost black.
I don't know if it's showing up, but there's little tips of black on the ends of the raccoon.
So this is a pretty high dollar prize. I mean, I'm just going to say. This was donated to us by an anonymous, wonderful person who doesn't want to be named.
Who's very supportive.
And we love her. She's our number one fan. We love her. So anyway, go on Ravelry, join our group, and post in the thread, and you might win. And I'll mail it out to you. So that's that. Oh, and the Mother's Day Treat Yourself Cal and the Instagram giveaway are both going to be announced. Winners will be announced on the next episode.
Yes, which will be, it'll be a little bit longer between recordings because Sally's going on a trip.
I'll be here for the next one, though.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. And then after that, it'll be.
Then after that, we're going to have a 3-week break instead of a 2-week break. But the next one will be 2 weeks from now, and that's when you're going to want to watch for winners.
Yay.
I'm so excited to give something away.
I've never given anything away.
Oh, I almost did it today, but then I was like, I'll give it one more week just in case.
Right.
But I'll go post in that thread for Mother's Day, treat yourself, and go share my Instagram post if you want to be eligible. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited because I rarely win, and so just the thought of someone I get to pick a winner is so exciting, even though it's random.
You know,
like I'm just as excited as if it was me.
Yay!
Okay, so what do you have to talk about? You want to go into, you have any fails?
No.
Yay, me either.
Yeah, I know. Woo, woo. Of course, I haven't started anything new, so it's kind of hard to fail.
Okay. I kind of had a fail on, so we're going in, should we do a sleigh?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. Do you have any sleighs?
No. I have not finished a single thing.
Okay.
And it's driving me nuts.
I have an epic sleigh. I slayed the dragon. And I'm super excited. If you don't want to see the ho-he, which by the time this airs, it's like just past the time when she said you can release spoilers. So
no spoiler alert on this.
I'm showing it because I finished it.
I can't believe you finished it.
We got the last clue Thursday night. It's Monday morning. I finished this yesterday, Sunday, and blocked it.
Crazy.
So
I still have like 2 more weeks left.
There's like no way we're gonna be able to get this whole thing.
No.
It's huge.
It is so gorgeous.
And I can't.
Are we on the right side?
Yeah.
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 Okay.
I can't decide if I want to close up the point.
Oh.
I kind of like it.
It's
because it kind of goes with these eyelets.
Yeah.
I don't know. I kind of like it. So this is the very center.
So do you think that you could have made that tighter when you were knitting it?
No.
Or?
She says that it will be a hole, and it's your decision if you want to
close it up.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it would be an easy fix, but I was kind of like, I kind of like it.
Yeah.
Because that's like.
I think it looks like a design
the starting point. I know it kind of goes. It flows nicely with those. I don't know. So I mean, I would rather not do it and then decide to do it than to be like, I kind of wish I would have left that, you know?
Right. So live with it for
a little while. I can always go back and fix it.
Right.
So I love it.
It is really nice.
I love it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sally, you did such beautiful work.
If you're concerned that yours is going to be too small.
Did it stretch a ton when you blocked it?
Doubled.
Really?
Yeah.
Because I am concerned about mine being small.
It definitely in length grew a lot, and it grew about, I don't measure it, but I mean it grew probably at least 3 inches on
the width.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And so when I put it on, it's basically a blanket, which I love. I'm like, I'm gonna wear this to the movies.
I know, right?
It's around my neck.
And it goes all the way to her
literally
knees, like past
over
her
my knees. It's amazing.
You know what this is? This is a great travel piece.
Yeah.
Because it'll keep you warm in the plane, but yet it's not bulky.
Yeah.
To where it would take up a lot of space when you are moving around from point
But I go to the movies more than I travel, so it's it's a movie blanket.
Right.
Because it just rolls up into like this wonderful.
Wow.
Kind of goes really good with my shirt. Actually.
It does.
Brings out the little pinkies.
Yeah.
So I am in love.
Wow.
I can't believe I almost didn't do it.
I know you did. I was
I was the most reluctant.
Right.
And I finished.
Oh, and your yarn just feels so good.
Yes, Yoshi and Lucy yarn. Oh.
They did really well with that kit.
She did so. I never would have put these colors together. Ever. I never would have thought to put pink and coral and like light pink with lavender. I would have been like, no. But it works so well.
It's
not to toot my own. I'm tooting Yoshi and Lucy's horn, not my own horn.
Right.
I think it's really cool.
Very neat.
Well, and the yarn dyer herself is knitting the exact same
that
kit,
colorway.
Exact same kit in the exact same order of colors. So when you love something, you love it. So yes, I'm super excited. It feels amazing.
Did you have, what kind of yardage did you have left?
I weighed all my ball. I should have brought them. I had almost a half skein left of the color 2, the coral. You don't use it a lot.
Okay.
This one, the bright coral, you really only use it like here, and
that's my hot pink.
Okay.
Color.
So you're gonna have more of it left.
Okay.
And everything else.
Yeah, that's my hot.
I totaled up my yardage.
Did you use up all of everything? Or no. Certain ones. Did you use up?
I didn't use up all of any of it. I had leftovers on all of it.
Okay.
And I totaled up my yardage because this is my first entry in Diane Suburban Stitcher's Around Your Neck Cal.
Yes.
And OMG, it was like 2,100 yards.
Oh my gosh.
So
that's gonna help towards my.
I was so excited that the Around Your Neck started after this got done.
Can you also count it in your Knit Your Stash for
I
DFW
haven't looked
yarn
into
crawl?
that one. I need to look into that one. I don't know how that works because it's
pretty sure you can.
This wasn't Yarn Crawl yarn.
I don't think it matters.
Okay.
I think you get extra points if it's Yarn Crawl yarn.
I need to look into the rules, but yeah, I mean,
Double dip.
I am entering it in the Grocery Girls. I'm entering it in. I put it in Hohi's thread. Like, well, and that's thrilling because then Hohi herself comments on it. And
right.
Like, you go, oh my god, even though she's commenting on literally everyone.
But she looked at it.
She knows my name.
Right.
Knitting rock stars, man.
I know.
I have no shame.
And
it's the same for other people meeting, you know, like Mick Jagger.
Soccer stars.
Yeah, I'm like,
yeah.
They're my rock stars.
Yeah.
So,
very cool. Well, I have my own kind of challenge for the year. My goal every year is to knit more yards than I purchase.
Okay.
And since I have purchased a lot this year, I really
remember Maryland Sheep and Wool
and DFW Fiber Fest. I mean, I'm up like 16,000 yards.
This will help. For sure.
So if this is 2,000, then
it was. I want to say it was
14,000 more to go.
Yeah, I want to say it was. It was over 2,000.
Wow.
Yards. I wrote it down in Ravelry because you keep track for Diane's knit along. You keep track of your yardage, and so it's in there, but I can't off the top of my head. But I want to say it was like 2,100 even maybe. It was ridiculous.
Yeah. Wow.
And it shows, man. When I blocked this out on my king size bed, I laid it out on some blocking mats, and then it hung over by like 5 or 6 inches on each end.
Wow.
King size bed.
That's huge.
Yeah. I was like, oh my god, I'm so excited. You know, I like a big shawl, so.
Yeah. That's huge.
Yeah. I love it.
But we're not in whips yet.
I love how it rolls up.
And see, that it doesn't look so big that you would think that it would cover so much.
I put it on if I put it on standing up wearing shorts, it looks like I'm naked. Because it covers literally I can cover my entire shirt in shorts. Right. It looks like I'm just wearing a shawl. Yeah. I was like, this is
I guess
dream.
You could do that.
Okay, you know, whatever. It's your anniversary or something.
Right.
My husband would be like, that's your dream, not my dream. But yeah, so I'm really excited about it. Like, feels so good to have a finished object.
And it took
5 weeks.
5 weeks.
It took exactly a month. I started it when I was plugging in my Ravelry pictures and stuff. I started it May 11th and I finished it June 11th.
That's impressive. And you did other things in between. That's
right, in between the clues. It was a lot. It was a lot.
That's a lot of knitting.
But for me, I did not want to be spoiled.
Right.
So
I stayed caught up pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean, on the first piece, you know.
Yeah.
And I have, here, I'll show mine now. I know, or should I wait for whips?
Go ahead.
Whip cracking. Okay. So I've gotten this far. This is.
It looks so good.
All of clue 4.
Yep.
For one piece.
And that is the downside of clue 5, is that you have to have both pieces done. So you couldn't even start it.
And on piece 2, I've started.
Oh, that's good. Okay, so yeah,
So I'm pretty good.
Yeah.
I stayed up too late last night because I was reading a really good book and I knit and then swipe with my finger.
Me too.
So I need garter or stockinette or something so that I can, just knit and
I read on my
swipe.
iPad. Are you reading on your?
This one I was reading on my phone, but just because I was going back and forth.
Yeah, I prop it up in front of me like this, like on a pillow, and I knit, swipe, knit. Just like, you're psycho.
I know. Like, surely there's got to be
multitasking.
Well, and there's got to be one activity we can do without knitting, right?
Right.
But no,
I love it, but it does have to be pretty simple knitting. Yeah. Like, I'm not gonna do lace and reed.
Right. No, it has to be.
I don't even know if I would do the twisted reed.
No, I can't. I have to look at it to make sure I'm not splitting the yarn. So, but that's why these.
But you're doing good though.
These garter sections were the.
Yes, I loved those, and they look amazing. They're one of my favorite parts of. I
know.
Just the simple garter. I think they look
thicker stripes.
Good.
I agree.
Actually, my favorite part is how it meets in the back. Like if you wrap it around.
Oh, right.
Like pretend this is my back, and you have this cross.
Yeah.
This X.
It really looks great.
It looks really cool.
Yeah.
And I don't really wear shawls like that, but this one I might have to just because that X, that graphic dark. I love that she had to use your darkest color. That's why she told you.
It said dark cross.
Use your dark
pattern.
Color for color 4, and then she had you use it for that. And dark cross. Love it.
Yep.
She's a genius, but we already knew that.
I know, right?
Okay, so that's the only sleigh we have. Okay. And then we had a little bit of a whip, so do you want to do a different whip?
So my only other whip is...
Oh my gosh.
I have now started...
Miles and miles of stockinette.
Miles and miles of stockinette. I have now started our warmer number 2.
It looks awesome.
So I was here last time and I finished it off and then started the second one. So I've got about 2 inches of the second one.
I love it.
I do too. And I'm really glad I did Zane's first. I mostly did Zane's first because he was so excited for me to do it.
Oh, and you wanted to work with that yarn.
Yes. But remember I bought a skein of it for myself too, to make myself, I got the Happy Snowman.
Oh yeah.
Happy Snowman.
That looks awesome.
It does, but his I cast on 56 stitches, which will be perfect for him.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I inherit them, when he outgrows them, this will fit me just fine. It's fine. But I think I'm gonna do 62 stitches on mine.
A little bit bigger.
Just give myself a little bit more room.
And you can pull it over a sleeve.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it was kind of like a swatch. In that
the joy of swatching.
Yes, the joy of swatching.
Yeah, that's awesome. Does he love it?
Yes, except every time I've had him try it on, it's been outside where we're at a baseball game or a soccer game.
Done.
Yes, and people are asking, "What are you knitting?" And I'm like, "Well, Zane, come here, try this on, show them." And he's like, "Oh, get it off.
Over it. It's 1,000 degrees, Mom.
Exactly. So yes, but he'll be very happy when they're both done, and it's cool
winter.
Enough, and yeah, and he can wear them.
Well, it's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, and so that's mustache.
Yes, mustache yarn.
I'm so bad about it.
And that was the TARDIS colorway.
It's really pretty.
No, I love the blues.
Different shades of my favorite color.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, I will do my Spice Markets. And then I promise I have something new to show you.
I have nothing new.
Are you so over my Spice Market and my Hohi?
I know.
The Hohi's done.
I'm over it. I'm tired of talking about them.
I know. Well, finish it and then it's pretty exciting.
I know, right?
But yeah, so I did cast on something new. So don't fall asleep yet. But here's my Spice Market.
Oh,
so I did.
Great.
I think I was still in the purple.
Yeah, you
I had
just
done one,
I
think.
Uh-huh.
And so I've gone up and I'd finished the purple.
And you were worried that the purple wasn't going to show.
Yeah, and
I was like, just wait.
It does, yeah.
It'll show up.
I hadn't even done enough to even see.
Because it wasn't off.
Yeah.
The dot parts weren't even off your red needle.
Right.
Oh, that looks great.
So there's purple and 4 blue, and then I'm halfway done with the green. And I was going to say earlier, we were talking about fails. I did have a tiny bit of a fail because I messed up last night. I was knitting this, and I had actually done a whole, the third green. And then I got a couple of rows after with the gray, and I was like, something's not right. And I had carried my yarn on the front.
Oh.
On just a little bit of it. It wasn't even the whole row.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't do it. Yeah. But I was watching Orange is the New Black, and I must have got distracted because I was on the last episode. I finished it.
Oh my gosh, it's only been out a week. Not even.
It was out 2 days. It came out on Friday. But I was knitting the Hohi, so it was perfect timing because I needed a good binge show to just, and I was staying up late, so I could watch. I wanted that watched, and I wanted Hohi finished. Yes. Perfect. So anyway, I did have to rip, and I tried to salvage that green row, and I had to just completely take it out. So now I'm ready to add it back in my third green row. So I thought I was going to be done with the green for today, but I was not.
Right.
But that's okay. And then you just keep going until you. So after that, I'll have yellow and then orange and then red.
And then it's like you're almost finished.
In the same dots pattern.
Right.
So it's pretty cool.
I do like how you can see your progress. You feel like you're going, like it's going quickly because you can see. Oh, I got another row in.
Exactly. And it's. You kind of look down and you're like, last night I was like, I'm on the third row of green.
Right.
Like, that's amazing. And then, of course,
rip it out.
I had to rip it out. But I'm still loving it. I'm loving my yarn choice.
And see, I want to get to that. And I want to get back to the Sosu. But I need something off the needles. Yes. And I'm so close on the Hohi.
What'd you say? I need a win.
I know. I need something done.
And at that, when we talked about that on Friday, I was not expecting to be done with the Hohi.
I know.
But that Clue 5 went so fast.
You're reducing stitches, though.
Yeah, but I still thought, but the triangle that
The filler?
It looks, before you actually start knitting it, it looks huge.
Yeah, because they're all
like,
stretched out.
You're like, that's like clue 1 and 2 type, but it's not. Once you start knitting it, it's really only like this big.
Yeah.
And so I was like, oh my God. So I got the first part done like Friday afternoon. And then the second filler Sunday morning. So I went really fast.
Yeah. That is fast.
And it helps that there wasn't any lace, there wasn't any, I didn't have to rip back anything, or there was no tinking.
I do feel like I have knit this twice. Well, really 4 times, because I keep, like, I'll realize I screwed something up and I have to go back.
At the very first, didn't you switch out colors? Yeah.
So I redid clue 1 almost the whole
time.
Yeah, you did. Oh well.
Yeah, I only had a couple of real, like, boo-boos where I had to rip back, and so that helps. It helps it get off the needles when you haven't screwed up too much. I know. This one we'll see.
Over and over.
I mean, I'm enjoying it, and it's not even hard, but I don't know. Just that stupid... and it looks terrible, it's such a simple thing.
When you carry the yarn in the front, it does.
Looks
You're right.
awful, and me, I'm like, it has to be pretty bad for me to fix it, and I couldn't leave it, so it looked awful.
Yeah.
Do you have any other ones?
No.
Okay, I have my brand new whip.
Nothing new.
Okay, so our local knitting group this month is our project.
Knit along.
Yeah. Our completely not mandatory project. I make it sound like
I know, like we have to do it. In order to belong to the group, you have to do this.
No. But we do give out really cute stitch markers if you finish stuff. So this month is Brioche. Any Brioche.
So I'm counting my Sosu as, because I just can't start another project.
Yeah, we're lenient. That's totally cool. So I'm starting a hat, and it's the BZ hat, and it's 2 colors of DK, and I'm using, of course, I don't know if I have I think it's Cloudborn. Yeah, I've had this yarn.
For crafting?
Yeah, I've had it too long. Anyway, we'll pop the yarn in the show notes. But I'm pretty sure it's Cloudborn from Craftsy. In this beautiful ice blue and white. It's not going to show up probably, but I've got it started, and I feel like
the white is blowing out.
Yeah, it is.
I don't know if I can shade it. No.
Anyway,
there. You can see it on the inside.
Yeah, you can see it on
blue.
the inside. So I feel like I've done so much, and it's like still so small. But whatever.
Well, you have done so much because you have to do it twice.
Yeah, that's what it is. Like,
right.
It's still so tiny. I've done like 4 repeats, and it's still so little. But
and Erin whipped hers out like that.
Yeah. No, we can't all be yarn savants like Erin. But yeah, hers is super cute.
Yeah.
So it's on the needles. It's in progress. I feel like I've done a ton. And it would fit like my knee.
Right.
So anyway.
Do you think, so Erin's was too small.
Erin's turned out too small.
So do you think yours is going to be the right size?
I don't know. We'll see. If it doesn't fit me, it'll fit Amelia, my daughter. Yeah. She's 8. She has a little tiny head. She's tiny. So, like, I want it for myself, but if it fits her, it's okay. Because it'll look awesome on either one of us, so. So that's that. I had a little bit of something new. And I'm trying to get it done this month, but we are super not. I mean, it's basically like, if you get it done and we still have stitch markers for it, you can have one.
Right.
Like, if it's 5 years from now.
Right. Like, I'm not going to have the Sosu done this month.
No.
At all. But
that's insane.
Once I get the Hohi done, then I can focus on that more.
So, there we go.
Yay. Something new.
That's my only whips.
Okay.
Do you have any trophies?
Any what?
Trophies.
Trophies. No.
I do. I know. I broke my yarn diet again. I'm staying on my food one.
Oh, you have to compensate somewhere, right?
Yeah. So, you have to reward yourself with yarn.
Well, every action has an equal and opposite reaction, so.
See what she said. So, hashtag science. So, this is kind of a trophy and also kind of an upcoming, like, craft project. got some naked sock blanks.
Oh. What are you going to do?
I'm going to dye some sock blanks.
No.
Yes. Just for fun.
Huh.
Just for funsies.
How are you going to do it? Like, what techniques? Like stamps or what?
I don't know.
Oh my gosh, this is the first I've heard of this.
Well, yeah, I didn't tell you. So we can talk about it on the... So these are just naked. They're like a...
Is this how like regular dyers, like official, for-profit dyers do it?
Like I would know. Do I look like a professional?
I know, right?
No. But yeah, I mean, they probably have a supplier that gives them wholesale. Like I had to buy mine on Etsy. Knit Picks does sell them. Who did this come from? I don't know. Okay, this came from her. So I got these at, so Knit Picks does sell them, but these were actually cheaper than Knit Picks, which I was like, say what now?
I know.
So nobody's cheaper than Knit Picks. So I got them on Etsy. Make sure it doesn't show my...
Well, I can put the name across.
Oh, that's true. Fiber Art Cafe. fiberartcafe.etsy.com. And they were $13.50.
Material.
She sent me some stitch markers.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, they're cute. 3 of them. And it's 75% superwash, 25% nylon.
Oh. Superwash wool. So not superwash merino.
Wool. Yeah, so they're a little, I think they'll make really good socks.
Yeah, but it's not scratchy.
It's not.
It does feel woollier than merino.
Rustic.
Mm-hmm.
But not overly.
Mm-hmm.
And I got them super quick, which
was
great, even though I'm like, oh, darn, I'm not ready to kind of hope I hope they took a little longer. So I got 3.
Oh my gosh. Are you going to do it with Amelia?
Because I'm probably going to mess this one up, and so I had to get and then this one will be okay, and then this one will be perfect. Right? That's how it usually goes.
Right.
So yeah, I don't know, you just get wild hair and
Clever.
you just want to like knit. You just want to
I've never thought of doing that.
Really?
No, never.
I've dyed yarn with
Kool-Aid?
Food coloring.
Oh.
I did it with food coloring. It was not not cute.
No.
But it was fun.
Right.
And I learned a lot. So I'm going to use actual like grit dye probably this time.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I have some ideas.
I can't wait to see it.
I don't want to promise too much in case it's like, yeah, that didn't happen. But yeah, I mean, they're pretty cool. I think she knits them on a machine.
Uh-huh. Oh, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
She couldn't.
At a large gauge, like it's pretty large gauge.
Yeah, you wouldn't knit
so that,
socks at that.
No. And so this way, when you dye it.
Oh, it can penetrate through.
If you knit it too tight and then dyed it, it would leave, blank.
Undyed.
Naked spots, yeah. So I'm kind of excited.
Yeah.
It smells pretty good too.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so they were $13.50. And Knit Picks is like charging $19.
Wow.
So this way you support,
an independent person.
Yeah, I kind of like that. I mean, Knit Picks is awesome, but when it's cheaper and it's supporting a real person, small business.
Right.
And so then
neat.
My other trophy is speaking of Yoshi and Lucy. She had, I think it was like a 15% off. It's gone now, so don't, by all means go shop at her store, but don't expect it was a one-day sale. Right. Yeah. So I got, sorry about the crinkle, 2 skeins.
That purple and green is amazing.
From Yoshi and Lucy. She ships really quickly too. And and she sent me a little pin with her logo, and I don't have it. But see her cute little logo, little kitties. She's on Etsy. This one is Expecto Patronum, which of course Amelia was like, Harry Potter! It's like, it's mine. Back off. She's wearing her Harry Potter shirt today.
Oh, yes, she is.
We're into it. So it's really pretty, and it's it's totally me.
Oh, wow, look at that.
Yeah. That white.
Love it.
That white in there just makes it, whoop. Hello.
Come back.
There we are. So yeah, I was like, well, that one, she had shown this on her podcast before, and I was like, I might need to have that. And then when she had a 15% off, I was like, okay.
Right. What's her podcast?
Just Yoshi and Lucy.
Oh, okay.
And she
audio though.
No, it's video.
Oh.
She's here on. She's our YouTube neighbor. Yeah, she's in the Brooklyn. I mean, she's got a really great New York accent. I can't do it. I'm from Texas. But yeah, it's cute. You know, she basically does what we do. She shows what she's working on, but then she also shows like what she's gonna put in the shop and stuff. So in this one, that's
gorgeous. The purple and the green together.
Yeah, this one's called Rainbow Dash.
Oh.
You know, like the My Little Pony.
Yeah.
And it's so pretty.
That is so pretty. Look at that camera focus.
All right.
I love it. And then it goes out. The colors.
Yeah, she did a good job on this.
That would knit up similar to how my mom's spindrift shawl knit up.
Oh, really?
Because half of it is one color and half is the other. So like where she had whites would be green, and where she had blue it would be purple. Like it's going to be bigger sections of like you'll get some pooling.
A rainbow spindrift. Okay, that might have to happen.
That's really pretty.
So yeah, these are both on her Isabel base, which is 75/25 superwash merino and nylon. 463 yards. I'm pretty jazzed.
Yeah.
I know.
That's
oh my
awesome.
God. What is she?
Oh.
What is that? That's amazing.
That smells really good.
Oh my gosh, I don't know what it is, but it's really nice.
Beautiful.
So yeah, I was pretty excited.
Trophy.
Stop buying yarn. Oh, and then like Friday, Diane Suburban Stitcher said she was giving her 15% off in her store.
Oh, right.
And I was like, oh, you know, like, stop, Sally. I need someone like. And I went in there and I had that tealy one. She had a blue. I can't remember if it was magnolias or something like that. I don't think that's right.
Haint? Is that haint blue?
Nope, it wasn't haint blue. It was a speckly one, or you know, a variegated blues.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I was like, okay, I'm gonna get that. I was like literally checking out. I got carjacked. So I was like, it's probably for the best.
Right.
I was a little bit like, I went, and I was like, okay, it's fine.
It's fine. I'm plenty of yarn.
It's fine. We will see her, and I will get it someday. Right. So, but yeah, so 15% off apparently is just enough.
Your threshold.
That I'm like, fine. So that's it. That's all I have for trophies. But
me too.
I think maybe this in the spindrift, maybe this will be one of my around your neck. Speaking of Diane, that would be a really good around your neck cowl project.
It would. Because
it's good dark knitting and kind of busted out pretty quick. So
yeah, it goes quickly.
If you think that would make a good one, I'm all about it. So and so I am entering cows, and I can't wait to give away some of our own stuff.
I know Sally's so good about entering cows. It just seems like more work to me.
I never win.
I can't keep them straight, and they're I'm doing good to get it knit. So
I just like prizes.
I know.
I'm a child.
I like prizes too, but God, but
I'm that person who, like, that one time I play the lottery, I'm like convinced I'm gonna win it.
Right.
And so, and then these are like mini lotteries. I'm like, I'm gonna win. I'm gonna win. I feel it. But like I said before, the around your neck, I like that one because it's not random.
Right. Are you gonna try to win it this year?
No.
Okay.
I was gonna mention that. I am not.
Okay. So everybody else, who was behind you?
I have no idea.
Oh, okay. So other people have a chance to win it this year.
Totally ignored my children. I totally got no sleep.
Right.
I at the end of it, I had to wear wrist braces for like 2 months because I had carpal tunnel or tendonitis, or I never went to the doctor because I was like so embarrassed that
and you're like, I know what I did.
I know what it is. Yeah, I know it's either carpal tunnel. I think it actually, at the time I was convinced I had carpal tunnel, but I think more likely it was tendonitis. I mean, it was all. And
they're just gonna say,
inflamed.
Rest your hands.
And they're gonna tell me not to knit, so no, thank you.
Right.
But yeah, it's no, I'm not. I'm gonna try to just be in the top like 25.
Right.
I can't do it again.
Right.
I can't do it again. I was way too intense about it. I need to chill.
Right.
Simmer down. Yeah, it was. Yeah. It was a lot of fun. But no.
And you got a lot done.
I did get a
Talk
ton.
about getting things off
I
your
knocked
needles.
my queue
Right.
down several pages.
Right.
But no, I'm going to be a better mom this summer. And, this summer I've got like workout routine and,
Right.
I've got more stuff going on this summer.
Right. And we've finished baseball and we're almost finished with soccer. So that's big chunks of time that I had knitting that I won't get to knit. So.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to participate, but if I win it, I'm actually going to be mad at myself. I'm going to be like, what did you do?
Maybe, weren't you and another person like neck and neck? Y'all would constantly.
I think so.
And, maybe that other person will get to win now.
That's totally fine.
Right.
It's all yours, baby.
Right.
I can't break my wrists. I was so into it, competitive.
Yeah.
Ooh, I need to.
She was crazy.
Yeah, I need to chill.
So what else?
That's pretty much it.
Me too.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
we don't really have a name for this segment, but the segment where I tell you new fun free patterns that I found.
Tell us.
Okay, so the first one is called Hot Off the Presses, and it's free until July 1st. And it uses mosaic knitting. It's a triangle shawl using mosaic knitting, and it's just really graphic and beautiful. 2-color. I can't wait to knit it. I don't have it queued up yet, but I have plenty of yarn.
I like the pattern pictures.
Yes,
gorgeous.
the colors that they use in the pattern or in the sample are wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
So I might try to do something like that. The next one is called Le Grenoble. It's French.
That's easy for you to say.
I'm sure I'm not saying it right.
Look. Cute. I don't know which one it was, but they thought they were real sneaky.
And they're whispering.
Yeah, they're loudly. But it's like louder than their talking voices.
Okay, so
Mom
this one is Le Grenoble. I don't know. There's another
How would we
there.
Texify it?
I know,
like
right?
the Hatitude. It's a Le Grenobles.
Yes.
Lois.
Yeah. So, and it's a 2-color shawl, and I think I know what I haven't added it to my queue yet, but I think I know what I want to do with it.
I do like it. It looks like something I would knit.
And it's completely free, and it's just a beautiful
Always
pattern.
free?
Always free. Next is a little hat that I think is adorable, and it's free until the end of June. It's called the Melting Rainbows hat by Melissa Kimmerer.
I definitely already downloaded that one.
And it uses Fair Isle, and it just is adorable. I mean, it wouldn't even have to be rainbow.
That's what I was going to say. You could even do it different shades of gray,
right?
Or
you could use a gradient set.
Yeah.
I mean, that like a mini gradient set,
or just random minis.
Oh, this might be a good use of leftovers from the Hohi. Have a matching hat to go with your.
Yes.
That might be a bit too much matchy at the same time.
Well, because you're already wearing 2,000 yards. But you obviously like those color combinations.
Exactly.
That color. So yeah.
Yeah.
Any 5 colors you like would look awesome.
Yeah.
Is it 5? Yeah.
It is. It's 5. So that's why.
Yeah.
Hohi would be perfect. Gorse shawl, and this is one that's free all the time, and it's just amazing that it's free.
That's really cute.
It has great lace. It has like a picot edging, I think, and it's in DK. It's So it could be, let's see, it uses 656 yards, so that'd probably be like 3 skeins of DK.
Yeah.
But
it doesn't even look that big.
It doesn't.
It must be really long. We can't tell from the picture.
Yeah, but it's
gorgeous.
It's gorgeous, and you can tell there's a lot of work in it, and I can't believe it's free. Okay.
Oh, this might be my favorite free one.
This one is some free faded fringe. It's called Afternoons at Longbourn by Julia Wardell, and it's free all the time. And she does a fade, similar to the way
Find Your Fade.
Find Your Fade does. And but it's a simple triangle shawl, but then she has all this fringe along the two
I love fringe.
longer sections. It's just really pretty.
Is it fingering weight?
It is fingering weight.
Awesome.
And she actually uses light fingering, so it's 1,000 yards. But I bet if you Nolan. But I bet if you used like if you wanted to leave the fringe, I'm sure a lot of that yardage is the fringe.
Oh yeah.
So
you
it's not like you're knitting 1,000 yards.
Yeah.
But for me, wanting to knit more than I have purchased this year, I might need to do some fringe.
Yeah, true.
You know, like
that counts, right?
Yeah. It's going out of my storage area. So next is Danish Triangle, and it's a free all the time.
That's crazy.
And it's rainbow stripes, and the yarn she used is incredible. I've never heard of it. Kauni wool, Kauni, and it is
Sport
just it's just
That's awesome.
a background of a light color and striping with a rainbow color, a rainbow gradient, and it is just gorgeous.
Is that the rainbow? So are you saying that is?
I think the
one
rainbow
hang?
is one skein.
Man.
And then the lighter color stripe is one skein.
That's so wow.
And it's just
That's cool.
It's long and
Yep.
skinny, but it's
Really
still like a
long
boomerang
rainbow
shape.
repeats.
And it's just gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
Gorgeous.
I want that exact
yes
yarn.
Mm-hmm. Exact
and
project.
make that. Yes.
Yep. I agree. Then
I love this.
So I'm sure everybody knows the pussy hat that
Mm-hmm.
people made for the Women's March on Washington. Well, this is a brioche
Super
hat.
fancy one.
It's called Screaming Cat Hat by Vanina Vercos.
It's so pretty.
But it's really cute, and there's something about the brioche that makes the points of the cat hat
Really,
stand up.
yeah.
It's really, really cute. And that's
very
free all the
pretty.
time also.
I like her colors too.
Mm-hmm. And that's like a peach and a bright pink together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All this peach and pink.
Exactly.
I'm loving it.
This one has a really cute story behind it. It's called Mom's Request by Zandy Peters. And her mom requested a specific kind of design. And so she created it. And it is this pretty triangle shawl.
Oh, it's
and
cute.
It just uses like alternating stockinette and garter stitch sections to add texture.
I love that dark border.
Right, so it's gray and it has the dark black border, and it just really pops.
Yeah.
I like it a lot.
So simple, but
And it's fingering.
but gorgeous.
And it's something that it's like a basic black, but you would wear it with everything, you know. So that's one of my new favorites. Coburg Cowl, Coburg, by Sue Grandfield. This is free all the time. And I think this is going to be my next cast on when I need like something fast, because I'm doing all these
you need a win.
every now and then. I need I'll put it down and cast on something that I know I can get done within a couple of days, just so I have some satisfaction of getting something finished.
I was getting depressed. I hadn't finished something in so long.
It's so hard. And
what weight is that?
She says any gauge.
Oh.
You can do it in any gauge.
Did you use the appropriate needle?
Yes. And
for your weight.
She
Cool.
has instructions included for 2 sizes for each weight of yarn.
Oh.
So
it's free?
And it's free.
All the time?
All the time. Yes.
That's really generous.
I know. Very generous. And it's a pretty, I like how it's a graphic, like it's a really neat
it is
cowl.
Cool.
So I definitely am gonna make that soon. Then another rainbow shawl.
And we had a rainbow hat in this same.
I know.
Rainbows.
When's Diane's Rainbow along? Is that in February? Yeah. So some of these might
Save
be getting
these.
done.
Download them for then.
So this is a chevron. It's a rectangle scarf, but it's a chevron pattern, and it's in stripes, and it's rainbow.
It's
stripe.
Beautiful.
It is gorgeous. And it's the same Kauni wool, Kauni.
Is it the same designer?
It's not.
Oh.
But I don't think it's the same designer. It might be.
It might be, actually.
Because it was published in Beach Street Yarn Company, so it might actually be the same
okay.
designer.
I think it is. I think I recognize it. Carla
Kruger.
I think that's who was on the last one. The rainbow. That
But,
makes sense.
Yeah. So
Well,
lots of rainbows in there.
Thanks, Carla.
I know.
You're awesome.
I know, and it does make me want to get that yarn. So it's a good marketing ploy by the yarn company. Then the last one is Clear Blue Sky Shallot, and it's a little over-the-shoulder shallot, and it's
got a little lace edge.
it's knit from point to point.
Oh.
So you're going short rows. I mean, not short rows the technique, but shorter stitches on your row from side to side,
Cool.
and you have lace on one end. So and that's in worsted.
Oh, really?
And it's 360 yards.
It looks so delicate.
It does, and it they even show it on a person, and it looks it doesn't look heavy. So I gotta go stash diving.
Oh gosh, well we need to go find that rainbow.
I know. I am not buying more yarn. I'd say that.
I refuse to say that.
Yarn Crawl is going to be in October.
No, Yarn Crawl's in August.
Oh yes, in August. I gotta get to knitting. I gotta make some room.
I'm gonna try to be good, but
Yeah.
And then stitches will come. I think
I'm out of town for stitches. I'm always out of town for stitches because I have my girls' weekend.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
Fine.
I know.
Fine.
That's okay. I have Fiberfest.
Yeah, Fiberfest is better. Sorry, stitches. It just is.
I can't compare, but yeah.
Yeah.
It
I mean,
is,
I
really
still go. Don't get me wrong.
But do you take classes? You just go to the marketplace?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's all I have.
Yeah, it was a shorter episode.
It was.
But so I think we should probably pop in the video of you and your mom.
Yeah. I recorded with my mom this week. She was in town.
I love her so much.
She's so cute.
To Phyllis. She's the best.
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
So we better say bye, and then I'll pop in the. Yeah.
So we will see you in 2 weeks.
Yes. Thanks
Bye,
for joining
everybody.
us. Bye.
Don't forget to slay.
Hi, y'all. This is Sal and Al, the Wool Slayers. However, Sal's not here. This is my mom, Phyllis. So it's Al and Phil today.
Hi, I'm happy to be here.
So it's the first week of summer. Both my kids are in camp all day, and so my mom came up so we could have some little vacation time together and hang out and do all the running around that we can't always do when the kids are here. So, what do we want to talk about first?
Well, we're going to talk about knitting. Strocker. First, I want to thank you all for your comments, or those of you who have made positive comments about me as Alan's mom. She makes me look good. And I'm sure your children will do the same. They'll make you look good.
Okay, so first up, any slayed items?
Like totally finished.
Like totally finished, blocked, and ready to wear.
Thanks to Alan.
Yay!
This is a shawl. You'll recognize the pattern, and I can always remember it. Kind of Strickmeck shawl.
Nope.
Okay, I can't remember it.
Spindrift shawl.
Spindrift. Why do I say Strickmeck? Is that
because that's
Hitchhiker?
Yes, that's
okay.
Hitchhiker.
So this is Spindrift, and and I'm not accustomed to doing lace at all, so I had lots of yarn left over, and Alan, I think she mentioned it in the last podcast, helped me make these tassels with the tassel maker. So I'm very happy with this. It stretched out nicely. She blocked it.
Blocked nicely.
I walked around it in the bedroom until it dried. And there it is. Voila. Finished.
And she made some unintentional, but turned out wonderful, modifications to the lace. See if that will focus. Is it going to focus? There we go. So she had two or three rows of smaller eyelet and then 2 or 3 rows of larger eyelet, and it actually looks really good. And then it's just one skein.
I made these tips longer as well because I
The picot.
Right, I wanted them a little longer. And this yarn, we had just taken the pooling class. Who taught that?
Carol Sokowski, the Introduction to Color, or Color Magic. Color Magic.
at DFW. So
it was an excellent class.
Alan showed you a skein she bought at DFW that was orange and speckled. This was the same yarn, teal and speckled.
And it is Bah Yarns, B-A-A-H, La Jolla, and it feels wonderful.
It does feel good.
That'll be nice to wear.
Yes, it will be. Yes, so that is Slade. Yay.
Yay. And I like it with the tassels. It doesn't call for tassels, but
right,
it looks
doesn't.
nice.
And anything else that's Slade?
The cowl.
No. Oh, that cowl.
Mm-hmm.
Where is it?
In the other bag, maybe?
Oh, you know,
we're ready for this. We're organized.
Oh, bingo. This cowl is called a cabled cowl, and it's one skein. And I think
Hold it up to the camera there.
I originally purchased this yarn to make a felted purse.
Ooh, that's big. Here, can I help? There we go.
I was trying to wait for it to focus.
Mm-hmm.
So I finally got the cables correct, and it helped to have a cable needle. I tried using a pencil before. Not. So this was not instant gratification, but kind of close. So have fun with the one skein cable.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a picture of it on my Ravelry website.
And her Ravelry page is Phyllis with one L, P-H-Y-L-I-S. And she joined long enough ago that she could use her first name and just be unique. So that's that one. And we'll have links in the show notes. And then any whips that you're still
Oh my
working on?
gosh, whips. Yes, I am a whipper.
A whippersnapper.
Well, this I found at DFW.
Fiberfest again.
Yes, this year, and it is a cotton cable, and I'll take this off so it doesn't plank so much. But it's a cable it's a cowl in the round.
It's not cabled though. But
No,
it's a
I'm
cowl.
sorry, it's a cowl.
Mhm.
And you want to hold it up so they
Okay.
can maybe see the pattern?
It has
Is
this.
that the wrong side?
It is the
yeah.
wrong side. There we go.
There you go.
It has this lovely swirl to it, and it's a simple yarn over knit two together stitch. Nah, going to come up. Come on.
And it requires 2 skeins of cotton.
Come on, you can focus. I know you can do it. This is, there we go. It's in cotton. It's a
called-
mercerized cotton.
And it's called a Summer Breeze Cowl, and the pattern is from Knitting Fairy. This, what?
You can see the swirl that it makes.
Yes, and it, it's a little tonal.
And it'll open up, if we block it aggressively, it opens up and those yarn overs will show more.
So this is drift tone.
Is the color?
Yeah, the colorway is drift tone. And these are number 7 circular needles.
Mm-hmm. And so it is it feels good. It feels like it's going to have nice drape when it's finished. And the color is gorgeous.
So
It
I
is really
used,
gorgeous.
they recommended a Chinese waitress cast on.
Oh goodness, I've never heard of that one.
I know, and they tell on the YouTube, it tells, well, right here, it tells in the pattern, it tells why they call it Chinese waitress. And I had to go to the YouTube to figure out how to do it, but I did, and it was fun. So it makes a nice
Is it stretchy?
edge.
Oh, it is a stretchy edge.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if I can show that. If it'll show up. So it can pull quite a bit. That's neat.
Yes, it is neat. So that's fun.
Mm-hmm.
Good
It's a
car.
good summer knit because
Good,
it's not
right.
hot.
Good car knitting as well. And I like keeping the needles together.
Mhm. She's using, to keep her needles together, she uses a knitter's keep or a needle keeper, and it's literally a tube of metal. You can see straight down the middle. It's a tube of metal, and then it has this rubber gasket on the end, and you put both needles through, and then it just holds them there. And it can hold, I think, up to 2 number 10 needles. After that, if it goes any bigger, then you would just put 1 on each end like regular needle stoppers.
So I want to show you, this bag is one that my dear precious daughter made and gifted me. And so it's got the drawstring. It's deep enough for the second.
Show the whole thing.
Oh, okay. It's deep enough. It's got a nice flat bottom, and it's deep enough for the second skein. And that skein I have cleverly tucked into a muslin bag that was a gift from the
Clara Parks, who we took the Joy of Swatching class from. There was no homework and no materials needed, except maybe bring different size needles. And she gave everybody a little bag like this with 3 or 4 different balls of yarn and different yarn weights, so we could see how things work when you swatch.
So that leads me into the joy of swatching.
The joy of swatching.
Okay, here's
Still
why you swatch. You ready?
Yep, I'm ready. I don't know if we can fit it all in the camera.
This is like a boyfriend sweater. It was going to be a great big slouchy sweater.
Dress even. Didn't you?
Well, it was going to be a sweater. And
I can't even see.
on my Ravelry page I have the name of it. It's from the knit book. So it was the woman's name, her favorite summer sweater, and she did it in cotton. Well, I'm not a fan of cotton because it stretches so much, although I like this mercerized cotton.
But it's not a garment.
That's true.
Yeah.
I made up, because we got this Noro yarn on sale. All of it is Noro.
I believe it's Silk Garden.
It is Silk Garden, you're right. We got the brown and the tan on sale, and I had the other Noro, and I just randomly striped it anyway. I felt like doing it. And here's an unbelievable thing. As big as this is, I cut it down by 8 inches on each side, and it's still this size. So it was knitted as a pullover, like a big sweatshirt, but it was way too big. So Alan, creative that she is, said, why don't you cut it and make it a coat? So now it's a jacket, and this is in progress because I have the needles just today in the knitting group. That was fun going to their knitting group. I picked up stitches to make a collar. Mary Rutiglia now lives in Tyler, Texas, did the steeking for me. And will you talk about that?
Sure. So I thought of the steeking because the knit group had just we had made a challenge for ourselves, kind of a mini knit along, to do a steeking project. And so we all did a coffee cup holder that you steeked, and you did Fair Isle, and then you steeked it and put buttons to hold it on. Well, so I had just done that because I had never steeked. I'm like, okay, this is an easy one that, if you're going to screw it up, you didn't spend a whole lot of time knitting it.
Excuse me. Steeking means cutting.
Just cutting.
Cutting a piece of knitted fabric.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. And I don't know the origin of the word, why it's called that. Right. But the only steeking I've ever seen is in stockinette. So that's why it's usually a sweater that's knit in the round, and so it's stockinette, and you cut it up. And so I tried Googling steeking garter, and I knew it had to be different than steeking stockinette. But I couldn't find. Sorry, time to go pick my kids up from school. They're not in school anymore. Need to turn the alarm off. I couldn't find anything that I really trusted for how to steek garter stitch. So I had her use her resources, and she found she had a lady that could do these things for her. What it looked like she did was a few stitches, like she figured out the center, and then a few stitches away from the center on both sides, she did an applied I-cord edging. And maybe this will focus. Sally's so much better at it than me. She did an applied I-cord edging, and then that stabilized the stitches, and so she cut it to steek it, and then folded it over and put bias or hem tape to cover up the cut stitches. So that's why it looks like this. And that I-cord, the applied I-cord, looks so nice, and so it just makes it just finished off.
It looks very professional, and the collar I'm putting on is I'm making it with a lot of stitches. I picked up a lot, and I will make it striped as well, and it'll be a little fuller and taller. I'll see how it will lie down. Maybe it'll be tall enough to fold over a little bit, and I'm using a couple of sizes smaller needle so that the fabric on the collar will be denser.
Right? And hopefully stand up more than just folding over.
Right. And one of the thoughts I have, if I add buttons, is I picked up some shells at Virginia Beach last October, and I like the way they look. So, and some of them already have holes in them. So I may make some buttons buttons alongside with those shells, because they're the right color. We'll see how that goes. People use wooden on this. Maybe I won't use anything, but probably something.
Right.
Anyway.
And I think it looks fine with nothing. I think, she lives in a climate that is very warm, and she's going to have maybe 3 days out of the year if she's lucky that she can wear this.
This will be a travel coat. We now need to go to Greenland, as Alan said, or Antarctica.
Iceland's too warm for it.
Yeah, it's wool. Silk garden is a misnomer because it is wool, right?
Well, it has silk in it.
Oh,
it's silky and wool.
Okay.
But silk can be warm too.
Well, it can be my lap robe.
Or you just don't ever turn the heat on in the winter. And that will keep you warm.
Wear all those socks that Sally knits.
Right.
So another one that I bought this yarn from Dirt Woman. Thank you. From Dirt Woman.
Keeper?
Yes. I can get that for Sally when she needs it to, because I don't.
That's okay. We can add it
pattern in here, but it's is that Katia? Katia. It's linen, and I've altered the pattern. I'm good at that because I can't follow a pattern, and I'll tell you about my knitting history if we have time. But this is kind of a reddish orange.
It's a lovely color.
And when I go into a knit shop, I say, "Oh God, help me not buy orange," and dang, I come out every time with orange.
So this is more red, though it is the same color as the sweater you made with the ribbon.
Yeah, well, that's a different season. So I'm going to make these lines. What do you call these? Stripes. I'm going to make these stripes all the way for 5 skeins.
That's a lot of skeins.
It's a friggin' lot of skeins. It is. It's a lot of skeins. So that one's work in progress. And then the other one that y'all talked about, Knit While You Drive. This is my Knit While I Drive, but since I've decided to branch out a little bit, this is a washcloth. And I'm doing a pattern on this washcloth.
Wow.
And so, and I'm going to run out of yarn. So.
She has used the same pattern, memorized this one washcloth pattern. It's the one where you start in the corner and you do yarn overs at the ends, and it increases till you get to where you want it to be, and then you decrease. It's the super
common
common
a lot.
one. Yeah.
So this is just a cotton. I found it at an art store, and it was $2 for the skein, and it's the chain link dishcloth pattern. Remember what's the website that had all the 52 patterns?
Oh, Knit Picks.
Knit Picks, right.
Oh, it's one of their free.
It's one of their freebies.
Right.
Right.
That is a great Knit Picks has, and they've turned it into a book or into a calendar maybe. It's 52 weeks of dishcloths. A year ago, maybe a year and a half ago, they released a free dishcloth pattern every week, and it was a great way to like try different stitches and play.
Okay, there is another one.
Oh my gosh!
You know, y'all are doing on the Spice Market shawl. Well, I saw this 2 years ago at DFW, and Alan said she'd help me make it because I was very afraid.
And this has nothing to do with on the Spice Market shawl.
She's right.
I am.
She is right.
It's my knitting group did the 3-color cashmere shawl by Hohi Locatelli as a knit along, and you saw this.
Okay, so this one is 2 tones of gray, 2 gray, and there's a lime green pop.
And it's the 3-color cashmere cowl, and from Hohi Locatelli.
Right. Okay. So I'm that far along, and the ball band is.
It's fiber optic yarns.
Okay.
They had a kit, and not this past year, but the year before, they had the kit, and she didn't buy it the first day, and then they had sold out of it in the lime green. They had it in other colors, but they sold out of it in the lime green, and that's the one she really wanted. So this year, first day, they had it, she got it.
And I almost didn't, but then I thought, I don't want to regret that again.
Right.
I must have it. So these are 2.5 needles, and it's going nicely. I'm spending more time on that lime green cotton one just because I've decided that if I don't spread myself so thin, I'll finish things sooner. Shocker.
Yes. If you're monogamous.
Right. Right. Shocker.
Yeah.
So you know that, Alan?
Yes. Is that it?
Girl.
That's a lot of projects on the needles for you. You normally don't have that many on the needles.
Well,
I think you got excited about your yarn.
I think I did.
So you referenced it, but
oh, here's the right pattern for the
spindrift.
Spindrift, yes. See, I could sit here and organize myself.
So you did mention your history of knitting. So
oh yes.
What got you started knitting?
Tell
me. Tell me.
Okay, so in the 50s, when I was a teenager, late 50s.
Okay.
My mother would ship me off to my aunt's house for a week because she needed a break.
I do that with my kids to her house.
Right, because we all need a break. And so Aunt Lucille was a wonderful handwork person, knitter,
cross stitch, needlepoint.
Needlepoint. She created ever so many wedding samplers in needlepoint and ever so many Christmas stockings, and they are family tradition now. So that summer she taught me how to knit, and I think she might have taught me how to purl, but that's all before.
It's true. When I say they taught me how to knit, I think the whole encompassing everything, but
not.
Right.
It was knit,
right.
Stitch. And so I knitted when I got back to the farm. I lived on a farm. That was my city cousin, city aunt. And so I knitted, and I don't know how I got help. I think I went to the dime store and got a Coates and Clark how to knit book. It had tatting and knitting and crochet in it.
Mm-hmm.
And
all the essential needlework.
Right. So I, would read that, but then I'd get a pattern, and there were some directions on the pattern. So I made sweaters. They were never the right size, and that, do gauge if you're gonna wear it.
I was gonna say I still have yet to make a sweater that's the right size.
I made a lot of sweaters. It's a way I avoided studying in college. I didn't play bridge, so I just knitted a lot. And so I did get through that. I did get through college. Anyway, I knitted, but then in the 70s, 80s, I don't know when, yarn started getting a lot more exciting. And
well, there was the novelty yarn phase.
True, the eyelash.
That was in the 80s, I think.
Right, and some of that was rayon and not wool, and I'm very much a yarn snob. Just in that I like nice yarn. So then I had Alan, and I was knitting when we were together. She was in Chicago, and she said, I think I can do that. That's my memory. She has a different memory of it all.
I remember seeing, I think it was Vicky Howell on whatever knitting show she did on PBS or on some other show, and she's all like rocker cool looking and knitting, and I'm like, who's that? What's this? And she did projects that looked really fun and cool, and so I was like, maybe I want to learn how to do this. So I asked her to teach me how to knit, and she did.
So, but I didn't learn how to read a pattern, and I didn't. It's a whole lot of things I didn't learn about knitting that Alan has taught herself or been able to find on YouTube. So when I said I was able to go on YouTube and do the waitress cast on, what was
Chinese
it
waitress cast
Chinese
on.
waitress cast on, that was a big, a big triumph for me. I did it myself, all by myself.
All by myself.
And I started to call her and brag, but then she'd say, well, what took you so long? No,
I wouldn't.
You wouldn't say that, I promise. You would not. I know you wouldn't. You'd say good for me.
Yes, I
really would. I know you would. So my history of knitting is from the dark ages. I do want to tell you that Aunt Catherine, same family, my mother's sisters, Aunt Catherine knitted and crocheted a lot. They crocheted and knitted tablecloths, bedspreads, canopy covers, panels,
large pieces.
Yeah, panels for French doors, curtains, needlepoint chair seats. You've got family that did a lot of that. But during the war, Aunt Catherine made knitting needles out of coat hangers. She would cut the wires and sharpen one end. And after 9/11, people used paintbrushes.
Oh, right, to take them on airplanes.
Right, to carry them on the plane. Of course, that's all history now, too.
We can travel with them again.
Right.
Thank God.
Right. But using dowel rods, sharpening a dowel was one way they made knitting needles. So they were really, really resourceful. And I'm really proud to have that needlework passion. Latch hooking was something else we did.
Oh, right. I remember that.
And string rugs. We used to cut the string.
Rag rugs?
Not rag rugs. No, string rugs. You cut string a certain length and then you latch hook it.
Oh,
right.
Okay, but you're doing it out of string instead of wool or acrylic.
Yes, cotton string. And that little gizmo that you showed last week to make the I-cord.
Oh, right, the embellished knit crank.
I'd spent many an hour in the summer with a little wooden thread spool, wooden spool that had 4 nails on it, and learned to wrap and pull over, and the I-cord came out. Now,
they make those, and they sell those at Michael's, and they're called knitting looms, I think, where it's a hoop, and you buy different sizes based on what size project you want to do, and they have pegs all around, and you do the same thing. You like wrap and pull it over.
This was very small, and it came down through the middle. What did I do with what came down the...
I don't know.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So there is a wonderful, if you're into poetry, a wonderful poem by Billy Collins called The Lanyard. Remember in camp we made lanyards?
Oh, yeah.
It's great for you to read the Billy Collins poem, The Lanyard. So what else am I... that's enough of my history.
Okay. So the other thing, one of the things that we did this week was we finally, I've lived here over 10 years, though I think we've really only wanted to do this for the past year or so.
Oh, yes.
We went up to Denton, Texas, which is not far from me. I think it took us 35 minutes to get there. We went to Old Denton, and in fact, my sister-in-law lives there now, but she hasn't lived there for a long time. So we went up to Old Denton. There's a town square that has the courthouse, typical small Texas town, has the courthouse in the middle and
great courthouse.
The 4 square around it of shops and restaurants and other businesses. And Denton also has a couple of universities there. Texas Women's University is there. University of North Texas is there. And University of North Texas has a really well-known music program. So they get a lot of great bands and just have a good music scene up there. So we didn't see any music, but I'm just, sharing what I know.
She's Chamber of Commerce for Denton.
Right. So we went up, and there's this one kind of store. Well, it's a store, but there's a store up there called Norman Roscoe that carries. It's called Norman Roscoe Pop-Up Shop, and they essentially allow curated designers to sell their items in their shop. So there was one designer or one seller that we were most interested in seeing, which is called Oddbird, and they're mostly, it is an online business based out of Denton, and so they have a few of their products in this Norman Roscoe place. And we'd been wanting to go up and look and see what was there, and
excuse me, that was my Mother's Day gift.
Oh yes,
to go to Denton.
Yes, because it's very hard to find Mother's Day gifts for her because she has everything.
I'm very blessed.
So yes, I forgot about that. Yes, happy Mother's Day.
Thank you. You make it wonderful.
Thank you. So my mother had actually bought, the Oddbird carries Turkish towels, linen and cotton Turkish towels, Kaleem rugs, Kaleem pillows, robes. It's mostly textiles. And, I was taught how to sew by my grandmother and my mother. And, she used to sew, and I've just always loved fabrics and yarn and fiber.
So what is it? Textile harlot? Textile whore? Textile, something
hoarder,
like that.
maybe?
Yeah, hoarder for sure.
Yes.
For sure. So anyway, we did get to Oddbird.
Yes, and so my mom gifted me with 2 Turkish towels.
I have to remind her it's for the household.
Yes.
But everything she gets is for the household.
So this is the first one. It's a khaki and green and white, and it has these lovely tassels on the end. I just love these twisted tassels. They're so pretty.
And they're knotted at the end. Right?
Yes, they're knotted at the end, and they're just fringe tassels. Love them.
Did you say linen and cotton?
Yes, these are linen and cotton. They have some that are 100% linen and some that are heavier that are all cotton. I don't know. I've never used a Turkish towel as a towel. We'll see how that goes. And then, but it also could be a wrap. It's not huge. But it's also not small. This is folded in 4s.
So it's large enough for a shawl or for a skirt if you wrap it around your waist at the pool. Alan has had them over the back of the sofa just as a throw.
Yep, I think they're great summer throws. So this is the second one, and it's black and tan stripe. But I just love these tassels. I love the way they swirl. And it, of course, is very similar to barber pole yarn that's been spun in a barber pole. But it's just so graphic, and it feels wonderful. I think the black and white one will live on the sofa and will be like if you lay down to take a nap, just a nice little thin cover to give you some comfort. The
operative word, if.
I know, if.
And so then the other thing I purchased, this is my second Kaleem pillow. I like these a lot. I like Kaleem. I had been afraid of having the pillow because I thought it would be too itchy. They're wool, but they're not itchy at all. And so the other one I have is oblong, this one square, and they have lots of vibrant colors and real easy to work with. So their website is oddbirdcompany.com, oddbirdco.com. It is, and it was fun. We had a fun outing.
We did, and we thought that the store opened at 9 a.m. We had a little delay because there was a hot water issue, a hot water heater. But
here at the house,
yeah. in my own house. And so we didn't get up there until 10 because we had planned to like drop the kids at camp and go on up. We dropped the kids at camp and came back home, and then so we didn't get up there until 10. And it's good because we had planned to, eat breakfast up there.
Well, because I have a Texas tea house book, and there was a tea room, quote unquote.
Tea room. Well, they had lots of tea available.
They did have a lot of tea, and they had coffee.
Yeah.
Right next door to Norman Roscoe.
Right.
So we had brunch there.
Right.
It was delicious.
It was very good. So, that 10 to 11, then we spent about an hour walking around the square, checking out the other restaurants and, or not restaurants,
shops.
Other shops.
Right.
And then made it back to Norman Roscoe like right when it opened. So
we did, and we had a great time. It was not a lot of traffic. 35 is what it is, under construction.
Always and ever.
So plan for that.
Right.
But I'm really pleased with the customer service of Oddbird, and
the quality of the product is really great.
Right.
Really great. Yeah. So that was our day.
That was our day. What else did we say we wanted to talk about?
Let me check. Let me check my list. Felted purses.
Oh, well.
Felted purses. So when my mother first started teaching me to knit,
you were in Chicago.
I was in Chicago, and maybe that's what prompted me to want to learn to knit.
Well, you saw
because yes, but it was wintertime when I saw that.
It was, but you made that cowl, that shawl that was a circle that went just around.
Right, but what prompted me was a purse, a felted purse that I saw, and I purchased it at a craft.
A street fair.
It was a street fair, yes,
Right.
and it was on Michigan Avenue. It wasn't even like, at a park or anything. It was just like this small little area, had maybe 10 stalls at it, and I bought a felted purse, and it had a vintage rhinestone brooch on it. I wish I brought it out. I could
A
put
little
it in here.
bling, yes.
And I got it for like $25. And I was like, no way, that's ridiculous. She needs to be charging more than that. But I wanted to make more of them. I'm like, I want more of these. How do you make this? And so she's like, oh, you knit it, and then you throw it in the washing machine. I'm like, I can do that. I need my mom to teach me how to knit. So
why don't you go get it, and I'll tell them about
Okay.
the rest of it.
I'll go get it.
We both bought plenty of yarn, oh my gosh, that we could felt. And we had a lot of fun felting. Oh, and then we went to, I'll need her to come back to tell me, but the Chinese place Sam Moon, and we bought bling. How fun was that to shop for bling? And so we have a plethora of these little purses that are felted with the bling on it. And I love mine as an evening purse. I take it when I go out at night to any of the cultural events or not. I just like it because it's large enough for my glasses and my keys, Kleenex and lipstick, and I'm good to go.
Right.
A couple credit cards maybe. But that's it with the self handle. And we put them on Etsy hoping that they would just fly out the door.
All right, because we love them so much. Surely everybody else will. So this is the one that I originally purchased. And then you keep talking because these are ones that we then subsequently made. This one doesn't have bling. I'm not sure why. I think just because we liked it with the simple two-tone. This I love. It's all white and it has this vintage
Kind of rhinestone black and
like Art Deco
right.
brooch. It is, you have to be careful when you're felting white. You really have to be careful because it is easy to get every other fiber on there. I think, so this is the very first one I made. Sorry, the dog is really trying to take over my spot here on the sofa. This is the first one I made, and I carried a mohair and a 100% wool, maybe a Cascade, I don't know. But but I just loved how it got all fuzzy. And
It is really fun.
it is so fun. And so this is a smaller one. I actually put a zipper in this one.
So every time you open the dryer, it was a surprise.
Yes.
It was such a happy surprise to see how they turned out.
You just never knew what was going to come out. And it was so exciting.
I think some people felt and they know how it's going to be.
Right, not me.
We were so new at it.
Not me. And this is one of my favorites because look, the frog has those red eyes. And we have this costume jewelry place near us that
I told him Sam.
Oh, okay, Sam.
I shouldn't name the name.
No, it's fine.
Oh, okay. So it was fun, and the felted hat that I had on at Maryland Sheep and Wool was made by an artist in Virginia, and I tried to get in touch with her since then, but I've lost contact with her.
Too bad.
She made some great felted hats, and that was a perfect weekend for that hat.
So I spent a lot of my early time making rectangles out of yarn and sewing it together and then felting it. And then I was done with that. I'd done enough.
Right.
And I had enough that I loved that I wanted to keep and enough that I could let go and sell. So, we ended up with a lot of purses. We've sold them we've sold a lot.
We have.
Because I've done a couple of like little local craft things, and they've sold at those. Some people have used them as iPad covers, which I think is clever.
Really?
Yeah.
Because some of them are large, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so anyway, we had a lot of fun, and that was one iteration of our obsession with knitting.
Right.
And now we are still obsessed, and I have Sable. And after being in Maryland Sheep and Wool,
well, we can't go through it all because it's 3:10.
we have to leave.
Yes.
Should I not do any of it?
Yes.
Okay. So.
But Sable is stash acquisition beyond life expectancy.
And I definitely have that.
I don't think she does.
Well, she'll inherit. She'll inherit.
Well, I'll just use it before then.
Right. It's been great. This has been fun, Alan.
Good. I'm glad.
Thank
It's
you.
been fun to do it with you.
Thank you. I've enjoyed it.
Okay, we'll see y'all. I don't know when. Because I don't know when this is going to air.
And I know you'll welcome Sally back.
Yes. We miss her, always.
And thank you for your kind remarks. And go make some bananas.
Oh, yeah, the bananas. I forgot. Okay. Bye, y'all. Keep slaying.
Yes, slay away.
Okay.
Pop goes the weasel. He dropped his water.
Y'all ready to go upstairs?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh gosh, Amelia.
I know when somebody's
Please don't be your head.
hurting themselves.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
It hurts me. Okay, you're all gorgeous.
Okay, guys, that's too loud. Whispers, please. Thank you. Okay.
Anyway, excited. You guys.
That's funny. Perfect
Watch is
timing.
ringing.
Oh, yeah. Perfect timing.
Yeah, at least it was all at once.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Oh,
You
yeah, that'd
guys, be quiet. You can edit.
be great. Yeah. Hi, Nolan.
Nolan. Y'all,
Hi, Amelia.
we're not done.
We're not.
Oopsies.
Oopsies. Ah, it's not an oopsies if you do it on purpose.
I'm glad you think they're funny.
I do. I think they're adorable.
I'm ready.